Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So in today's session, we are going to discuss a very important news article regarding the Reserve Bank of India that has modified the PIDF scheme and that has provided the status update on the PIDF scheme. So what is this PIDF scheme? What are the modifications that has been made by the Reserve Bank of India, as well as what is the status update? All of this we are going to discuss in today's session. But before starting with the session, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are new to the channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session, and you can get the link of the Telegram channel in the description box below. So now starting with the Payments Infrastructure Development Fund status update. See, by the name itself, the scheme has the name PIDF, that is Payments Infrastructure Development Fund. So payment infrastructure, you can see here, that is the POS machines that are there to swipe the cards. That is the MPOS, that is mobile POS that are there for the swiping of the card so that you can easily pay the money. So this is the payment infrastructure so that digitally the transfer can happen. You do not have to carry the cash. Okay. So here there are physical devices for the payment infrastructure and there are digital devices for the payment infrastructure. Physical devices, you can see that are the POS machines, MPOS, and the digital devices are the QR codes. So to develop, now the name, what is the name? That is the Payment Infrastructure Development Fund. So this is the fund for the development of the payment infrastructure for the physical devices and for the development and the expansion of the digital devices. So that's why the name, the Payment Infrastructure Development Fund. Now the PIDF scheme is operationalized by the Reserve Bank of India from January 2021. So it was recently operationalized in the previous year only, and this is under the administration. This scheme is under the administration of the Reserve Bank of India, and under the scheme what happens that the deployment of the point of sale infrastructure, is subsidized. Okay, that is the physical or the digital mode. In the digital mode the deployment is happening, or the physical devices deployment is happening. Everything is subsidized under this scheme, and this scheme subsidizes the tier 3 to tier 6 centers if the deployment is happening under the tier 3 to tier 6 centers. Now these centers are divided as per the population that I will show you, as well as the northeastern states of the country. If the deployment of the physical devices or the digital devices are happening, the payment infrastructure, the deployment of payment infrastructure is happening in the tier 3 to tier 6 or the northeastern states of the country. Okay, as well as, see, in August 2021 there was a modification that came in which it was said that the beneficiaries that are getting the benefit under the PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi that are under the tier 1 to tier 2 centers, they will also be covered under the PIDF scheme, because the street vendors are also the merchants, so they should also have this kind of digital infrastructure. They should also have this kind of payment infrastructure, so they should also be covered under the PIDF scheme. So now you have seen that the PIDF scheme covers the tier 3 to tier 6 as well as the northeastern states of the country, as well as it covers the tier 1 to tier 2 centers for the beneficiaries that are covered under the PM Swanidhi scheme. Okay, so I hope you have got the basic overview of the Payment Infrastructure Development Fund scheme. Now what is the status update? So the RBI has provided the status update. The contribution to the PIDF is made by the Reserve Bank. For the PIDF, the money, how the money is coming for the subsidies. Okay, so the contribution to the PIDF is made by the Reserve Bank, authorized card networks, and the card issuing banks. So all these three different kind of, like the Reserve Bank, the card networks, and the card issuing banks, they are providing the corpus, and currently the corpus stands at 811.4 crores. So this is the status update. Currently, this came in June 9th, I guess, or June 8th. So, like recently the status update has come, and as per the current standing, the corpus is currently standing at 811.4 crores. Okay, so this is the classification tier wise. You can see that in the tier wise classification is as per the population. So these centers can be said to be the developed centers, they are the urban centers, and the other tier 3 to tier 6 are the rural areas or the semi-urban areas. Okay, so now the status update, we have seen the corpus, that is the current corpus, as well as the deployment percentages. The deployment number has also come for the end April 2022. So the acquiring institutions, that is the banks and the non-banks that have the POS infrastructure and that are deploying the POS infrastructure, they are registered under the PIDF scheme and they have the committed region-wise deployment targets. So they have to deploy the machines as per the targets that is provided. Okay. They have to submit the deployment statistics so that the RBI can also know that the deployment is happening in the specific areas or not. Okay. So claim subsidy for devices which fulfill the prescribed criteria, and they can see first they have to deploy the machines and then afterwards they will get the subsidy. So first they will deploy and afterwards they will later they will get the subsidy. Okay, after the deployment is complete. So the number of payment acceptance devices deployed under the PIDF scheme by the end of April 2022 is this. Okay, that is 1.18 crore. Total of the physical devices and total of the digital devices, the total devices that has been deployed by the end of the April 2022 is 1.18 crore. That is a huge number, I can say. So in the digital devices, the deployment has happened of the 1.14 crore, and for the physical devices, the deployment has happened of the 0.4 crore. And the physical devices, I have told you, the physical devices are the POS machines, the MPOS, mobile POS, the GPRS and all. For the digital devices, it includes the interoperable QR code. So for the digital devices, it is the UPI QR or the Bharat QR. So I hope you have understood the status update by the end of the April 2022. This is the total deployment. 1.18 crore is the total deployment of the devices that has happened, and you can see the category wise also. Next is validity period for the 3 years. Now this scheme is valid for 3 years from January 2021, but the extension can happen if the RBI thinks that the scheme is working very well, the deployment is happening very well. So the scheme can be extended by 2 further years if necessary. Then PIDF target. So increasing the payment acceptance infrastructure, that is the devices we can say, by adding 30 lakh touch points, that is 10 lakh physical touch points and 20 lakh the digital payment acceptance devices every year. So this is the target for every year, that 20 lakh for the digital devices should be provided, and the 10 lakh touch points of the physical devices should be provided. The advisory council. Now RBI cannot manage this PIDF scheme itself because it is like a huge scheme that is extending to the whole of the country. So there is an advisory council that is under the chairmanship of the Deputy Governor of the RBI, and this is constituted for managing the PIDF, but the administration of the scheme is under the RBI only. Okay. So now we have seen the status update. Now we will come to the modification. So after the Monetary Policy Committee meeting of the June this month, what happened that there was a statement of developmental and regulatory policies that was released. This notification was released. In that statement of developmental and regulatory policies, there was this that was there, that we need to review, that the RBI need to review the PIDF scheme, and the RBI said that it is now proposed to make modifications to the PIDF scheme regarding the subsidy amount, enhancing the subsidy amount and simplifying the subsidy claim process, because the subsidy is claimed laterwards after the deployment. So it should be easy. Okay, it should be an easier process. So to accelerate and augment the deployment of payment acceptance so that more acquiring partners, more acquiring banks and the non-banks can add in this, and the expansion can happen smoothly. So now after this was said that we need to modify, the RBI said that there should be modifications to the PIDF scheme. This was said in June 8th of 2022, and in June 9th 2022 there was the update that happened. Okay, the operationalization of the Payment Infrastructure Development Fund scheme was updated as on June 9, 2022. Okay, so we will see that what are the modifications that has happened, and the modifications are shown by the green color. Okay, so now the modifications, we come to the modifications. First of all, in the first slide we saw that there were northeastern states of the country that should come under the PIDF scheme. They were given the special focus under the PIDF scheme, but now there is addition. Other than the northeastern states of the country, the union territories of the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh should also be given special focus under the PIDF scheme. So this has been added, and you need to remember that which union territories are added. Okay, next is, before it was said that the merchants, now the payment infrastructure is for what? For the merchants, so that the payments can happen smoothly. The merchants do not need to take the cash or if I go to a shop and they do not have the QR code, they do not have the POS machines, I will have to give the cash now, so that the cash transactions happen less, and through the POS machines and through the QR code the digital transaction happen more. This kind of PIDF scheme is there. So for the merchants it is to have the QR codes, and for the merchant it is to have the POS machines. It is for the deployment of POS machines and the QR codes to the merchants. So now which merchants should be targeted? That merchants that do not have, which do not have the payment acceptance device, that do not have the QR code, that do not have the payment the POS machines. As well as this criteria was added recently, is updated, that such merchants may be acquired for one physical and one digital acceptance device. If they do not have any device, they should be given one digital and one physical acceptance device, each under the scheme. Okay. Next is that the advisory council shall devise a transparent mechanism for allocation of targets to acquiring bank. The acquiring bank should have the targets, that which area we need to focus more on, which area we have to focus less on. So the targets are given, and these are the distribution targets. Okay, that is tier 1 to tier 4 centers. Now before August, this was updated in August. Before August it was tier 3 to tier 4s, but in August 2021 the tier 1 to tier 2 beneficiaries of PM Swanidhi were also added now, and that's why in August this was updated. So the distribution of targets, the target is 30% of the total share should go to the tier 1 to tier 4 centers. 60% of the total share should go to the tier 5 to tier 6 centers. Okay, as well as 10% of the total share should go to the northeastern states, and now this has been added in June 2021, that the 10% should go to the northeastern states and the UTs, Union Territories of the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So this is the tentative distribution of targets across centers that has happened, that how the acceptance devices should be distributed. 30% to the tier 1 to tier 4, 60% to the tier 5 to tier 6, 10% to these spatial focus areas. Okay. So now remember the modifications, remember the green points spatially. So now as the cost structure is different for the physical devices, the cost structure is different for the digital devices, because the physical devices are the POS machine, the swapping machines. The digital devices are the QR codes. So of course the cost will differ. So accordingly there should be difference of the subsidy also. Okay. So for the physical payment acceptance device, there are different subsidies that are provided, from 30% to 50% that was provided, and for the digital payment acceptance devices the subsidy that was provided was from 50% to 75%, and this has been updated for physical payment acceptance device from June 2022. The update has come that the subsidy will be 60% to 75%, and digital payment acceptance device they will get the subsidy from 75% to 90%. So this is the subsidized amount of cost of physical and digital payment acceptance devices based on the location. Now according to location also they differ. Tier 1 to tier 4 will only get the subsidy of 60%, while the tier 5 to tier 6 as well as the northeastern spatial focus areas will get the subsidy of 75%, that you can see in the table. Okay. So a subsidy of this was cut by the RBI in the notification. This line was cut, that the subsidy that was provided before of the 30% to 50% has been enhanced to 60% to 75% for the cost of physical POS, while the subsidy that was 50% to 75% has been enhanced from 75% to 90% for the digital POS. So I hope you will remember this also. Next, coming to the next modification that has happened. Subsidy shall be granted on the quarterly basis. Before it was half yearly basis, but now from now onwards it will be from quarterly basis. The subsidy claims are made afterwards. The deployment is happening, the claim will be made later on, shall be processed, and initially 75% of the subsidy amount shall be released and 25% will be released after ensuring that the performance is good, that the machine is actually used, it is active, it is in the active status, that the machine is used, as well as minimum usage criteria is being met, that you can read. Okay. So acquirers can get the claims. You can read this. This is not very important. I've just shown you the green points, so you can read this in the PDF. The important thing is that the acquirers that are meeting or exceeding their targets of deployment, they should be incentivized, and if they are doing the target achievement or the utilization is happening more than 125%, then they should get more reimbursement. Okay, that is, they should get the terms of incentivized, the extent of reimbursement of the subsidy will be scaling up. Okay, so the reimbursement will be more for the people that are doing the achievement more than targeted. So they will get 110% of the subsidy eligible. Okay, and this was cut before. What was happening, if they were not able to meet the target, they were disincentivized. So this was cut by the RBI, because due to seeing this that they will be disincentivized, there were many acquiring banks or non-banks that were not willing to come under this PIDF scheme. So the disincentivized point was cut and the incentivized point is only that is left. Okay. So this was all about the modification, all about the status update. It was a huge thing, huge notification that was out, and I hope I have shown you each and every point. I have given you the brief overview, and you can read through the PDF again. That will be provided in the Telegram group, and you can again and again read that, and you will easily understand it. Just you have to remember the percentages and all. Okay. So these are the 2 questions that you need to answer. These are the homework questions. Okay. So thank you very much. I hope you have understood the news article, and if you have any query, you can mail us here or you can contact us through this number. Thank you.